Whenever there's a problem, turn to Joel Huiqui. That's what Cruz Azul have decided to do, firing Nicolas Larcamon with just one matchup left in the regular season and then Liguilla to play for. You can understand Cruz Azul's decision because La Máquina hadn't won in the last 9 matches across all competitions, although a lot of those games were draws, and one of the defeats was that CONCACAF Champions Cup game at LAFC. Already the debate has started. If Huiqui is able to get a good performance out of Cruz Azul in the postseason, should he stay on? And I can understand the temptation. Not only is he a club legend, he's a familiar face around a club where that seems to go a very long way. A club with a complicated sporting structure, but currently being run by sporting director Ivan Alonso. It was reportedly his disagreements with Vicente Sanchez that saw the club dump him as manager even after he won the CONCACAF Champions Cup trophy with La Máquina. But you're now looking at a long run of managers who either succeeded elsewhere that didn't get the job done with Cruz Azul, like Larcamon, or managers who succeeded with Cruz Azul but then couldn't do it elsewhere when you look at Martin Anselmi and Juan Reynoso. So something doesn't seem to be normal about Cruz Azul. One of the reasons that Larcamon apparently fell afoul of the directors was his consistent complaining about having to play in Puebla. But that's a pretty understandable complaint for a manager. When every single match feels like a road game, even when half of them are supposed to be at home, it can be a big challenge. But also, you saw that the results weren't there. And when they actually went on the road to places like LAFC, they weren't able to replicate what Cruz Azul looked like even at the start of this year, when Larcamon ran off one of the longest unbeaten runs in Cruz Azul's history. I know he was not popular, but I would have given Larcamon at least the Liguilla to see if he could get something done with Cruz Azul to recapture the magic that he had at the start of the campaign. I'm not so sure that an interim boss and all this change is exactly what the team needs right now to get back to winning ways. But in its statement announcing Larcamon's firing, the club said it was a decision that had to be made right now. So now it's Joel Huiqui's job to get it done. We'll see if Cruz Azul is able to triumph or if they end up laying on the ground looking dead. Do you think it was the right call to dump Larcamon a week before the playoffs start? Let me know in the comments and make sure you follow me for more on everything going on in Mexican soccer and throughout the entire CONCACAF region.